everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you guys my gaming collection. I'm so excited to show you all the games I've got. So we're home today because the wet season's just started and it's so rainy today, so we thought we might as well film this. The consoles I've got are the Wii and WiiU. The Wii I got when I was about 5 as a Christmas present, and in 2014 we got the WiiU. There were 3 games that came with the WiiU when we got it. Rabbids, Sports Connection, and Mariokart 8. So the only one out of those 3 that I really play is Mario Kart 8 because I used to love Mario and I still do, and the graphics are pretty good, and my favourite power-up, because I like to game end players with it, is the blue shell when they're about to win. So here are some other games that I got. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. I really like it because the story's awesome and there's lots of collectibles to get, and it's an open world / level game that I really like. But the only thing I don't like about it is how there's a glitch where the characters shrink down to like ants and everything looks big. But besides that, it's awesome. This is Sonic All-Stars Transformed. It's okay, but I love the graphics again on this. I love the characters and how you have to unlock characters along as you race. But same with the other Sonic game, it's a bit glitchy. And when you're in first place, it just glitches you all the way to last or something. But besides that, it's a decent game. And this is the disc. There is a 3rd Sonic game, but I don't have it yet, but I do really want it, and it's called Sonic Lost World, and I really want it. So I'm hoping I can get that sometime. And I also have lots of Nintendo games since they're awesome. So here's one of the ones that I don't really play that often. It's New Super Mario Bros. The reason I don't play it that often is because there's so many games in the franchise so similar to this, it just gets boring after a bit. That's why I don't really play it, and here's the disc. Here we have Mario Party 10, and I love this game because my favourite mode in it is Bowser Party, where you get to be Bowser and you get to just roll like 6 dice and take out Mario's team. That's awesome. That's my favourite bit about it. And you get to spend your party points on stuff. And then here's the disc. Next game I'm going to show you is one of my favourites here. Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. The reason this is my favourite because I love classic mode where you can earn cash, get Smash trophies, and just battle your friends and siblings and cousins. That's the best bit about it. And you get to make your own Miis and put them in the game and equip them with gear and make them all strong. That's awesome. And here I'm going to show you the disc, which is one of my favourite disc designs. Next game is another one of my favourites, Mario Maker. The reason I love this game is so much because it's unique. It was the first game of its kind before Super Mario Maker 2 for Switch. The reason I love this so much is because it's unique to most of the other games here, because there's like all the stages are random, you can play other people's stages, and they're challenging. You get costumes to help you play in levels like power-ups. So they're like power-ups in the game and they help you go along in the game. And here's the disc. Next game is another one of my favourites, Super Mario 3D World. The reason I love this so much is because there's so many unique levels, but my favourite levels is all the Haunted Mansion levels. But by far some of the hardest stages is the World Star, World Fire Flower, and like the last worlds in the game, they're like the hardest. Like after you defeat the main boss and stuff, they're extra. But I've nearly completed this game, so I'm excited to see what's to come still. And here's the disc, which is one of my favourite discs as well. So this is another one of like a game that I don't really play, but it's still enjoyable. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. It's still fun to play, but I don't really play it because it's very similar to New Super Mario Bros. It's very similar. But the levels that I do play are unique, but for the first world, the boss is really hard, so I haven't been able to defeat it and move past that point. So I haven't really experienced much of this game yet. And here's the disc. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I love it the same reason as Super Mario 3D World, because it has lots of unique stages in it. But how I actually played it early before it was released, most people did, was in the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker levels in 3D World. So it was like a sneak peek of what was to come, but no one knew this was coming. But it's a really awesome game. And you get to play as Toadette as well, and lots of other characters. And here's the disc. So this is one of my sister's games that I haven't played. It's Kirby and the Rainbow Paintbrush, which my sister's found quite hard. She can't get past the second level, but I even tried to help her and it's hard. I didn't really get it, but if it wasn't so hard, then it would be a lot more enjoyable. And here's the disc. Next game is another one of my favourites, Yoshi's Woolly World. I love this so much because it has a unique take on Yoshi and his friends and Yoshi's Island. So this is Yoshi's Island, but in the real world, and someone's constructed it using craft. You have to try and get all the yarn in the levels to get his friends back. And you can use Amiibo as well to get other yarn Yoshis as well. Here's the disc. Here's one of my favourites by far, Splatoon. The reason I love this game is so much because it's one of Nintendo's newest franchises, and it has a unique take on shooter games. Instead of using guns, it uses paintballs and paintball guns and rollers and all these weird things, and rockets as well. It takes a nice unique taste and it's something new. I highly recommend this game. And here's the disc. Here's my favourite game of all time, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So most of you guys would have heard of this game and know what it's about, but I'll still go over it. So this game is about Link trying to defeat the Calamity, which Zelda is stopping him from trying to take over Hyrule, so is using her sealing powers. So Link has to go around to find the Korok Seeds, go to Impa, get the powers, find the Master Sword that seals the darkness, and then go to Hyrule Castle and kill Calamity, which could destroy the world. But if it's optional to do this, you can go around and rescue the champion spirits and get powers that are optional. And you can get these divine beasts which have awesome powers as well, which they were turned and killed the riders. I overall highly recommend this game. Here's the disc. The disc is one of my favourites. So here's a game that I play but don't play that often, and it's Nintendo Land. It's It has lots of fun mini games with a Nintendo twist on it, of course. But I don't really play it enough to overall. Look, the whole point of it is to play mini games, try and complete them, and get lots of coins to build up your theme park. That's just adding decorations around. But it's still good, but I don't play it that often. But here's the disc. So the next bunch of Nintendo games I'm going to show you is Wii ones. I have a few others here and there, but I can't find them. So here we have Mariokart Wii. It's not as good as Mariokart 8 because it's a bit glitchy, and the graphics aren't as good, but that's to be expected for the Wii. And here's the disc. One of my favourites, and it was also bundled with the Wii. So here's another game that I don't really play at all. Well, I don't think I've played at all, probably when I was younger, but this is WiiSports, and here's the disc. And it was bundled with the Wii. Next game is Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's similar to Tropical Freeze. I didn't really get that far because the boss is too hard. But the first few levels that I have played so far are awesome. I'm still excited to see what awaits. And here's the disc. This is one of my favourite discs as well. Next game is a game that I don't play at all, but my sister plays, WiiFit. But here's the disc. Next game is WiiFit Plus. It's the same as what I just said about WiiFit. And here's the disc. Next game is another game that I've never played before, or I might have, I just don't remember. WiiPlay. My sister's played it before and she loved it. And here's the disc. So here are some legendary games called Disney Infinity. I'm sure you've heard of that. So here we have Disney Infinity 1.0, which is probably my favourite or second favourite, just because the story and the playsets that you have to buy and the characters are legendary. My favourite playset is the Pirates of the Caribbean because it has such rich story and you have to customise the ship over time. It's just awesome. That's my favourite about this game. But the thing about the toy box is there's not much to do compared to 3.0, which has flying ships and everything. 2.0, which is pretty good. I think it was the first one I got out of 3. It was awesome because it was the first game I played and it had Marvel. The same with 1.0, but I think my favourite playset out of them all was the Avengers one. That was, or the Guardians of the Galaxy one. That was awesome. Well, they're all good. My favourite or second favourite, I can't remember because I can't decide between these two, is 3.0 because I love the flying ships. The toy box hub, there's so much to do in that alone. The play sets are rich, more the Star Wars ones. The Inside Out one I didn't really get or didn't really like, or some of the other play sets, but I think my favourite Star Wars one, I have restarted a few of them because I wanted to relive those memories, but I think my favourite one has got to be the Empire Strikes Back one with Hoth and Tatooine. That was cool. Overall, highly recommend all of these games, and I'm going to show you the discs now, starting with 1.0. Next one, 2.0. And I forgot to say that, here's the disc, but I forgot to say that you can use your 1.0 characters with 2.0, and your 2.0 characters with 3.0, as well as your characters from those games. And here's 3.0's disc. So that's Disney Infinity for you. Next lot of games I'm going to show you are the Lego games, which I have some of my favourites here as well. Here's one of the games that I've completed, so I've experienced the full game. It's the Lego Movie. The reason I love this so much is because it's the Lego Movie. It's funny, it's hilarious, some of the things that are in it. And there's lots of characters to collect, lots of open worlds to do as well if you want. It's so fun, highly recommended. And here's the disc. This is one of my favourite games. And I've completed it. So here's another one of my games that I love. I love this game because it's Lego Hobbit. It has a unique twist on the Lord of the Rings games that you've heard of. Lego Lord of the Rings. It's the scariest one out of all of them. But I remember when I was younger, the spiders on the spider level would freak me out and I wouldn't do it. But I just love the rich story, all the characters, open world as well, that's awesome. And here's the disc. Here's another game that I haven't played a lot of, but from what I've played so far, it's awesome with the story. All the lanterns from the comics and stuff. It's a lot more from the comics that I love because it shows people that it's not just from the movies and it's more to the DC universe than just the movies. My favourite thing about it is the Green Lantern level and going back to the 1980s or whatever, to the original Batcave and Batman and playing that with the derpy music and all that. That was hilarious. Here's the disc. So here's another game that you've probably heard of, Lego Dimensions. It's another Toys for Life game, similar to Disney Infinity, but it has a unique Lego twist on it, like every Lego game does. But you do have to buy your figures separate and you can build vehicles. I've found out that you don't have to reconstruct your vehicles in order to summon the other versions in. You can actually, you can buy their unlocks in the game if you go to their vehicles, and you can buy their unlocks and all the skills and enhance your vehicles and stuff. That's awesome. My favourite, I got to say, is the Batmobile, which came with it because I love the Batmobile. It was the last of its kind of Toys for Life games, and here's the disc. And here's another game that I've completed, which is rich full of Marvel content from the comics, the movies. It's awesome. My favourite thing is actually, I think, going to the old Avengers Tower compared to the new one. It brings back lots of memories because you can go inside and you can see the battles and all those scenes. And my favourite bit about this game is I think playing the final level in the helicarrier where you have to defeat Galactus. That was awesome. And here's the disc. Oh, and you can unlock Deadpool as well, which I've unlocked. Here's another game that I've completed, Lego Jurassic World / Jurassic Park. And well, even though it says Lego Jurassic World, it includes all the places from all the Lego Jurassic, or just Jurassic movies. Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Lost World, all the new ones. Which is awesome because but you gotta unlock one area at a time. So like, it starts off with the Jurassic World, then Park, and then the other two unlock later. But it's free roam as well as levels, and that's what I love about it, the free roam aspect. And here's the disc. So here's another game that I have lots of memories from. It's Star Wars The Complete Saga. It's a legendary game, everyone's heard of it because it's such an iconic game, and its new game that's going to replace it soon is the Skywalker saga that you've heard of that's going to replace it. But it's an awesome game. I have lots of memories for it. It was one of the first games I played, I think. So overall, highly recommended this game, and it has one of my favourite disc arts as well. Next game is another game that I'm working on to complete, and from what I've experienced so far, it's Lego Jurassic World's free roam, but you have full access to the city straight away, and it covers like 3 islands. It's a mix between San Francisco and New York and other famous places. That's what I love about it. It brings a unique taste on famous places. And here's the disc, this is one of my favourite games. Next game is another game that I've completed, which is, you know that Marvel game that I said earlier? Well, this is that, but better. Way, way better. Because you get to explore more than just New York City. You get to explore Tony Stark's mansion, other places from the movie Age of Ultron. It's just awesome. And you get more characters. It's that game, but a whole heap better. This is one of my favourites as well. And you also have the previous characters from the previous game as well. And here's the disc. And here's the final Lego game, which I've completed. It's Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Most people don't think it's that great. It's good, but I would like it if it had more free roam, that you had full access to all the free roam straight away. There is DLC, but I don't think you can get the DLC for the Wii U version because this is the older version of it. But besides that, it's an awesome game, nonetheless. And here's the disc. So here are all the Just Dance games, all the major Just Dance games, except for 3, which I can't find the cover for. But my sister plays these and she thinks they're epic. Some of these are second-hand, but nearly all of these are brand spanking new. So go check out her channel to see what she thinks of these. And I nearly forgot, Minecraft for Wii U Edition Digital. Minecraft's my favourite game because I love just to build stuff. I like role playing. I like playing mini games. I just like the creativity about it. That's why I love it so much, and you can do anything you want, like at any time. That's why I love the game. It's the best game of all time. I'll do some gaming videos on Minecraft so you can see my builds. So there are still a few other games that I want. The ones that I want the most is Paper Mario Color Splash, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, Pokemon Tournament, and Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U. That I really would love to get. Thanks guys for letting me show you my gaming collection, which has been a blast to talk about. And I'll be making lots of gaming videos and posting them soon, so look out for that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Bye!